Please don't tell me that was you saying the 96 Sonics.
I don't
This is what you gotta realize, G. It's
behind
very
this bitch, I
easy to
dog it.
out-debate locker room. It's not very challenging
I
whatsoever.
went
The
too
fact that
good
you
at
let
math,
locker room
God, I run
outwit
with
you
college
and out-debate you,
every time I'm money hauling.
it says a lot. We're not talking about a very high-level basketball mind, and you got outwitted by the locker
Niggas
room.
broke, that's behind me.
Let's bring it. I see a veteran up in here, man. MJ. Let's bring in my good friend, man. How you doing, brother? I know you got a lot to say about Scam. I know you
What
got
up,
a lot.
man? That's his name, Dorman Scam. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth, bro. I hate to tell you. I'm gonna be honest with you, Dan.
Running through
Tell
the
me,
six
As a
with my
Laker,
woes.
you guys gotta stop thinking of mediocre.
Count money, you know how
The
it goes.
dude, now y'all got on one channel, they say the players are trash
Pray to real live
on his one
forever,
channel.
man.
He's
Pray
talking
the
about you
fakes
right now.
get
The
exposed.
locker room. He said all the players are trash.
Fuck with your boy. Fuck with your boy.
LeBron fans.
I fuck with your boy. Fuck with your boy.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, folks. We are back, man. We got to get into it, man. We got to get into it. You know, yesterday we dived into the KDF files, folks, the Kevin Durant files. The rabbit hole got very deep. The rabbit hole got very deep yesterday, folks. You know, Kevin Durant, he's over it, right? He's over his teammates. He's over Devin Booker. He's over everybody that he's ever played with, right? Kevin Durant don't like nobody. And, folks, he even doesn't like players that he hasn't played with. And one of those players is Luka Doncic, folks. It's Luka Doncic, right? So, a couple days ago, before the All-Star game, Kevin Durant, he called out Luka Dookie and his brother, Nikola Jokic, right, for basically, you know, making a mockery out of the All-Star game, right? So a lot of you guys probably saw what Kevin Durant said. It was trending on social media, but if you guys don't remember what he said, this is what he said. So he said, quote, "You should ask the Europeans and the world team if they are going to compete." Durant said earlier, if you look at Luka Dookie and Nikola Jokic, let's go back and look at what they do in the All-Star game. Is that competition? So we haven't questioned what they've been doing, but we're going to question the old heads and the Americans, right? So ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Durant, folks, this is what he had to say about Luka Doncic and Nikola Jokic. He called these boys out unprovoked. And I found it very interesting that during the All-Star game yesterday, these two frauds, ladies and gentlemen, they didn't even really play in the games. I think they both played about 5 minutes apiece. And it got me thinking, folks, to what's actually going on here. And a lot of you guys really aren't paying attention. But in my opinion, this is my theory. This is what I believe is going on. The American players, folks, are growing increasingly frustrated with the NBA and the fans pretending and pandering to these Europeans and to these white players. They're getting tired, folks. The black American players, they're getting tired. They're getting tired. They're getting tired of you guys acting like these guys are really that good. I think they're getting tired. And I got an example for you guys to show you. I don't know if you guys remember what happened a few weeks ago, right before Jimmy Butler got injured. Jimmy Butler, folks, Golden State was playing Brooklyn. Okay? Golden State was playing Brooklyn, and Jimmy Butler, folks, I guess there was a player by the name of Danny Wolf that was guarding Jimmy Butler, folks. And Jimmy Butler didn't take too kindly to Danny Wolf trying to guard him.
But obviously you have the Jimmy Butler calling me white boy, and
Spencer vacates the area. Butler makes his move. Fend off, and he puts it in. +1. Jimmy Butler with a chance for 3.
then Katie, I think a few games later, telling me how bad of a miss I had.
Thanks for that shot didn't count. Wolf just absolutely bricks a 3, and then almost took out Kevin Durant in the process. It reached off the glass into his face. Kevin just said something.
Both went extremely viral on social media, and I knew the Jimmy one was going to go viral. Like, I'm just like, he had a tough bucket on me, and then he's just yelling and pointing at me and calling, to my knowledge, calling me white boy, and like, there's not much I can say back to that. Like, I really, first of all, it's like my 10th game in the league. Got scored on by a really good player, and then he's just calling me white boy. Like, I can't say much back to him. And like, I think once I get my footing in the league, but maybe a little bit better and improve myself more, I think that's when I can. But I mean, shit, there's not much to say to that. And then the KD one, I think it was, it was a horrible miss. And I didn't know till after the game. I heard him talking to me like,
I was right there.
I heard him talking like, that's a bad miss, Wolf. And I didn't know that it hit him in the face. But
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Danny Wolf, right? I think that's, Danny Wolf. That's his name. Another white boy on Brooklyn, right? Now, Jimmy Butler, folks, I don't know what prompted him to just go off on this dude, just call him a white boy. I don't know what prompted him to do that, folks, but I'm telling you what I believe is going on here, okay? I believe, like I said, the league is being watered down, right? And we've heard Jaylen Brown talk about this not too long ago. Jaylen Brown even called this out. Jaylen Brown, folks, he said the best players are not in the NBA anymore. Let me see if I can find the quote. Y'all do me a favor and drop a like on the video. Yeah, this is Jaylen Brown. Yeah, this is Jaylen Brown, folks. This is what he had to say last year around October. This is Jaylen Brown from Legion Hoops on Twitter. Jaylen Brown says some of the most talented players are not in the NBA right now. He says, quote, that might sound crazy, but it's not. The game has changed. In the 90s and the 2000s, the best players in the world were in the league. But now, in the 2020s, that's no longer the case. I do not believe all of the best players are in the NBA. Of course, basketball is more than just talent and skill. The NBA is built on potential now. It's about utility guys, about assets. This is what Jaylen Brown said, folks. Now, I've made this argument on numerous occasions, especially as it pertains to the Los Angeles Lakers. Look no further than guys like Austin Reeves. Look no further than the Lakers, folks, if you guys don't believe me. All you got to do is just start to pay attention. We've never seen this many white players on the Lakers probably since the 50s and 60s, folks. How many white boys are on the Lakers now? You have Drew Timme, you have Dalton Knecht, you have Luka Doncic, Maxi Pad, Maxi Kleber, you have Luke Kennard, Jake LaRavia, Austin Reeves. Am I missing anybody? I know I'm probably missing one other person. There's like 7 or 8 of these dudes on the team now. Right? So what is happening? The league is being watered down. And I believe the Black American players, folks, they're starting to take issue with this. That's why I believe guys like Kevin Durant, I even saw Anthony Edwards, folks, after he won the All-Star Game MVP. Even he called out Luka Doncic and Nikola Jokic. Let me show you guys what Anthony Edwards said. There was actually a fan that had a Lakers Luka jersey, and Ant was like, I don't really fuck with Luka like that. This is what Anthony Edwards had to say after the All-Star game yesterday.
I gotta think about it though, like no shade towards like Luka and Jokic, but like they two of the best players in the league. They not trying to play no All-Star game.
Yeah, I hear you. Well,
I gotta think about it though, like no shade towards like Luka and Jokic, but like they two of the best players in the league. They not trying to play no All-Star game.
Yeah.
LeBron fan.
Gonna have me on a late night mission, pulling up.
Okay, shout out to Ellie Mars. You said we needed this and why they out here telling. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Anthony Edwards, folks, calling out, because you guys got to remember, him and KD are boys, right? Anthony Edwards has said he's been a KD fan growing up. So him and KD are close. So do you guys find it a coincidence, right, that Kevin Durant calls out Luka and Nikola Jokic before the All-Star game, and then after the All-Star game, Anthony Edwards calls out Luka and Nikola Jokic as well? I posed the question to you guys yesterday. I said, if Luka is as good as y'all claim, why is LeBron James going to leave this summer and go to Cleveland and go back home? If Luka is as good as you guys claim. You want to know why? Because Luka isn't as good as you guys claim. And that's the problem here. That's the problem here. But before I get into that, let me just go ahead and show you guys what Luka said, because he did respond to Kevin Durant. He did fire back at Kevin Durant. This is what Luka said. I guess he got wind of KD's comments, so this is what Luka said. Luka says, when I first came to the All-Star game, it was the same. So I don't know why he singled us out, Luka said, but I think it will be better because it is a world against the USA. So Luka wants to know why KD singled him and the Joker out. Isn't it obvious? We as an NBA community, not just the players, because I've been speaking about this even before KD and Anthony Edwards said something, but we as an NBA community, as Black Americans, that this league was built on. This league was built on FBAs, ladies and gentlemen. This league was built on foundational Black Americans, Negroes, niggers. This league was built on niggers. That's the reality. I've already said that. This league was built on who? Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and LeBron James. Those are the big three of the modern era. Those three. This league was built on niggers. Now what y'all want to do is y'all want to start making the Europeans, y'all want to start putting them at the forefront, and y'all want to lie to everybody and act like they're as good as the Black Americans. This is where the issue is coming. This is why players are getting offended. This is why players are getting offended. You dudes play one side of the ball, and yet you tune into. Let me ask you guys a question. This is what's so frustrating about the European players. When do you ever hear anybody in the mainstream media disrespecting the European players to the same extent that they disrespect black players. Go ahead, take your time. I'll wait. I woke up today. First thing I did was get on YouTube. First video I see, Stephen A. Smith talking about, oh, I blame LeBron for the All-Star game. Are you still mad, pussy nigger? Are you still mad? We checked your bitch ass last year. You're still crying? He's still upset. They're still using LeBron's name. At 41, this is why this idiot is going to be transitioning into grifting about politics. Because, I don't know if you guys noticed, they can't talk about nobody else. They can't. There's one player that they can talk about for hours on end, and then everybody else, they just do like little 3-minute segments. They'll do a 2-minute segment every now and then on SGA. They'll do a 2 or 3 minute segment every now and then on some other player. But after that, folks, even Tyrese Halliburton called it out last year in the finals. He's like, yo, he went on LeBron's podcast and said it. He's like, yo, these dudes don't even want to talk about basketball. They're over here talking about narratives and if I'm overrated or not. Why do you think he's transitioning into politics, folks? You guys don't find it funny how now that LeBron is approaching retirement, Stephen A. Smith is talking about running for president? They want out of sports media. They want out. Once LeBron is done, they want out. They don't want to they don't want to have to talk about these other European players. They're not going to disrespect the European players like they disrespect the black players. Why do you think players like Kevin Durant, players like LeBron, players like Anthony Edwards, why do you think they're calling out Luka and Nikola Jokic and calling out Stephen A. Smith in the media? Because, nigga, this shit is getting exhausting. How can you look us in the face and tell us that Luka is better than us? And I'm speaking from the perspective of the American players. How can y'all look us in the face and say that Luka and Nikola Jokic are better than us, but then y'all don't want to hold them accountable to the same way you hold us accountable? You don't want to criticize them to the same extent in which you criticize us. Luka's like, I don't know why he called us out. Oh, what? You don't want to get called out? You don't want to get called out. But meanwhile, Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith, these niggas can make a whole career out of calling LeBron and Kevin Durant and everybody else out. They can make a whole career about it. But the second we hold Luka and Nikola Jokic accountable, oh, well, I don't know why he called me out. I don't know why he said my name. I don't know. The All-Star game was like this. Shut up, nigger. We're tired, man. The black American players, we're tired. We're tired. Enough is enough. I've been calling this out since 2023, 2024. I've been calling this out for years. Why are the Lakers signing 10 white boys? Why do you guys think Jimmy Butler snapped on that white boy in Brooklyn? Why do you guys think he snapped on that white boy in Brooklyn? We're getting tired. You want to know why we're getting tired? Because y'all shouldn't even be on the floor with us. Jimmy Butler said, white boy? White boy?
You have the Jimmy Butler calling me white boy, and
Spencer vacates the area. Butler makes his move. Fend off. And he puts it in, +1. Jimmy Butler with a chance for 3.
Then KD, I think a few games later, telling me how bad of a miss I had.
Thankful that shot didn't count. Wolf just absolutely bricks a 3. And then almost took out Kevin Durant in the process. It off the glass into his face. Kevin just said something.
Both went extremely viral on social media, and I knew the Jimmy one was going to go viral. Like, I'm just like, he had a tough bucket on me, and then he's just yelling and pointing at me and calling. To my knowledge, calling me white boy, and like, there's not much I can say back to that. Like, I really, first of all, it's like my 10th game in the league. I'm got scored on by a really good player, and then he's just calling me white boy. Like, I can't say much back to him, and like, I think once I get my footing in the league, but maybe a little bit better and improve myself more, I think that's when I can. But I mean, shit, there's not much to say to that. And then the KD one, I think it was. I mean, shit, it was a horrible miss, and I didn't know till after the game. I heard him talking to me like,
I was right there.
I heard him talking like, "That's a bad miss, Wolf," and I didn't know that it hit him in the face.
Folks, this is the DEI stuff that I'm talking about. This white boy is so sorry. He shoots a shot. He shoots a shot, folks. He misses it so bad it bounces off the backboard and then hits KD in the face. This is the DEI stuff that I'm referring to. You guys still don't get it. Why do you guys think Jimmy Butler spazzed on him and was calling him white boy? Why do you guys think? You guys think these players are stupid? They know that y'all are signing these white boys because you guys need a DEI white token on the team. They know it. We got Will. He said he knows he don't belong. I gotta run this clip again. Hold on, folks.
But obviously, you have the Jimmy Butler calling me white boy, and
Spencer vacates the area. Butler makes his move. Fend off, and he puts it in, +1. Jimmy Butler with a chance for 3.
then KD, I think a few games later, telling me how bad of a miss I had.
Thankful that shot didn't count. Wolf just absolutely bricks a 3. And then almost took out Kevin Durant in the process. It off the glass into his face. Kevin just said something.
Both went extremely viral on social media, and I knew the Jimmy one was going to go viral. Like, I'm just like, he had a tough bucket on me, and then he's just yelling and pointing at me and calling. To my knowledge, calling me white boy, and like, there's not much I can say back to that. Like, I really, first of all, it's like my 10th game in the league. I'm got scored on by a really good player, and then he's just calling me white boy. Like, I can't say much back to him, and like, I think once I get my footing in the league, but maybe a little bit better and improve myself more, I think that's when I can. But I mean, shit, there's not much to say to that. And then the KD one, I think it was. I mean, shit, it was a horrible miss, and I didn't know till after the game. I heard him talking to me like,
I was right there.
I heard him talking like, "That's a bad miss, Wolf," and I didn't know that it hit him in the face. But
Folks, look at the clip, man. Look at this white. Why do you guys think Jimmy Butler? Why do you guys think Jimmy Butler did that? This is y'all are disrespecting the game. Enough is enough. We get it. You can't have an all black team, but come on, man. You can't have eight white boys either. There's got to be a happy medium. I've told you guys. I've said, listen, okay, cool. We get it. You don't want to have an all black team. I get that. But 1 or 2 white boys is enough. Anything more than that, and you're just straight up trolling. You're trolling. Look at the serious teams in the NBA, folks. Look at the Pistons. I think they got the best record in the Eastern Conference. How many white boys do you see? They got one. Duncan Robinson, Jimmy Neutron. One. He's the only one that gets any meaningful minutes. That's it. I can tolerate one. When the Lakers won the championship back in 2020, we had one white boy. One. Alex Caruso. And he was a role player. He came in off the bench. Y'all got to start paying attention to what's really going on here, bro. That's why when y'all be trying to sit up here talking about Austin Reeves and, oh, he's good, you're just hating. Bro, stop it. I see what's going on. I see how they're systematically gentrifying the team. I see what's going on. How does Anthony Davis get traded before Austin Reeves? They've been saying for the last 3 years he's untouchable. What has he done that's made him untouchable? Has he been an all-star? Has he been all-NBA? Has he been all-defensive team? MVP? What has he done? How do you trade? Do you guys understand Anthony Davis is the number 1 pick in the NBA draft? Do you guys understand that Anthony Davis is a top 75 player? I've seen more people disrespect Anthony Davis than they've disrespected Austin Reeves. You guys don't think the players peep what's going on? You guys think these players are stupid? You guys think Kevin Durant and Jimmy Butler and all these other players, you guys think they don't see what's going on? They see exactly what's going on. They see exactly what's going on. You don't think even Jaylen Brown said it? The best players are not in the NBA. Wake up. Wake up, man. We're watching a parody of the NBA at this point. This is a SNL skit. This isn't the NBA we grew up on. They're gentrifying the league and they're paying these sorry white boys. And then you guys wonder why the product is trash. When the NBA was thriving, there were hardly any red bones. There were hardly any whites. There were nothing but 4C hair, thoroughbreded niggers. That is when the NBA was thriving. When niggers ran the sport. We need to get back to the days when there were just 1 or 2 white boys. Dirk Nowitzki, he was the only one. Him and Steve Nash. They were the only 2 white boys. Everybody else was black. Dwayne Wade, LeBron, Kobe, Derrick Rose, Carmelo. That's what we need to get back to.
LeBron fans. Me on a late night mission, pulling up.
Shout out to Ellie Mars with the $5 super chat. You said they didn't call out the Splash Light Skin brothers. They probably not going to call out Paper Blanc boys, Missing Bad, and he's out here telling on Katie and JB. Folks, I'm telling you, man, like, I get it. You know, y'all want to talk about surface level conversations, bro, but this NBA, the stuff that's going on, this stuff is way deeper than just basketball. This stuff is way deeper than what we're seeing on the surface. This ain't got, half this stuff don't even have nothing to do with the actual game. I can't believe the stuff that I'm witnessing in the NBA these days. Real talk, I get on Twitter. Niggas have trolled me about Anthony Davis, talking about, oh, you still think the Mavericks won the trade? Oh, look at him. He got traded to the Wizards. He don't even play, blah, blah, blah. It's like, bro, do you understand who that is? Look at how they're doing Anthony Davis. Look at how they just did Chris Paul. Look at how the Lakers are trying to do LeBron James. I'm telling you guys what's going on here. Anybody that's affiliated, it's like they put out a memo. It's like they put out a memo, and it's basically like anybody that's affiliated with Clutch Sports and LeBron James, we don't want nothing to do with them. And what we're going to do is we're going to sign nothing but white boys, and we're going to give them all the money. That's what's going on. I've been telling y'all this since last year. Luka's not that guy. Nico was right. It took me 2 weeks to realize Nico was right. And guess what they doing? They still out here pretending like Nico wasn't spot on in his assessment of Luka Doncic. But because it was a black man that traded the white boy, he lost his job. But meanwhile, Rob Pelinka, he gets to keep his gig. Incredible. Incredible, man. This league, like I said, folks, this league used to be thriving. I'm telling y'all, bro, if they keep this up, this league, baseball will overtake the NBA again. I'm telling you guys right now. Baseball will overtake the NBA here soon if they keep this up. You can try to gentrify this league all you want. That don't mean we gotta watch it. I've already told you guys this. I don't even be watching Laker games anymore. I was just in LA for 2 weeks. I just got back a few days ago. I didn't go to a game. I didn't even watch the games. I'm telling y'all, bro, y'all, Adam Silver, and y'all can keep playing this game if y'all want to. I guarantee you baseball gonna overtake the NBA here in a couple years. Y'all keep this up. Keep signing all these goddamn sorry-ass white boys. I guarantee you baseball will overtake the NBA here soon. We got JJ in the chat. He says Davis is getting treated how Austin is supposed to be treated. AD is on his third team, but the Lakers have lost with Austin for 5 straight seasons, and he's just a role player. He's also white. So the standard is different. When LeBron signed with the Lakers, what was the first thing they did? They defaced his mural. They defaced his mural. When Luka signs with the Lakers, they threw a concert. They threw a concert. They went to the Backstreet Boys concert. I've never heard of any of Luka's murals getting defaced. I've never heard of that. I've never heard of anybody writing cracker on Luka Doncic house. That's why LeBron got to get up out of LA, bro. Them people over there, they ain't right, bro. They ain't right. Okay, shout out to Joshua with the $5 super chat.
LeBron fans.
You say went to a Lakers game last month and noticed a lot of Chinese and male people, not a single brother. The Lakers are for the white people now. Exactly. We've been priced out. And it's not just with the Lakers. Look at the Warriors. They used to be in the Oracle. They moved to San Francisco. It don't even have the same feel anymore. It don't even feel the same when you watch it on TV. That Oracle Arena, I I used to hate when LeBron and them would have to go over there, boy. That was a tough place to win. Ever since they moved to San Francisco, man, listen, they don't got the same advantage they got anymore. Why? Because they priced out all the real fans. That's another reason why I'm not going to no Laker game. Who finna go spend $2,000-$3,000 for some decent seats? Nigga, please. Jeannie Buss can suck my, man. Okay. You think I'm finna go make Luka and Reeves richer? Nigga, please. I'd rather take that $2,000 and go call up 5 prostitutes and 5 escorts before I go pay to go help Austin Reeves get some money. Cause that's where the money's going, paying these goddamn bums. Yeah. For decent seats at a Laker game, you're gonna spend at least $2,000. That's not including parking. That's not including food. That's not including drinks. We're talking $4,000. Nigga, please. And for what? What am I getting out of this? I'm getting nothing. No, I'd rather go call 10 escorts, right? 10 strippers, and I'd have a way better time. At least I'll get a nut off. You know, what are you going to get going to a Laker game? What are you going to get? I was telling my homie that. I'm like, listen, I love LeBron. I don't love him that much. I don't love him that much. And that's my nigga. But I'm sorry, I'm not paying $2,000-$3,000 for decent seats to go to a Laker game. And I'm not sitting in the nosebleeds. I'm of the mindset, if you sitting in the nosebleeds, you were better off just going to a bar and watching the game on a big TV somewhere. At least you can actually see the game. You sit in the nosebleed, you can't even see what's going on. You can't even see what's going on. So the only way to justify going is if you have at least good seats to where you can actually see the game. And those are going to cost you going to a Laker game. I would rather just go to a Clipper game. Real talk. I would rather go to a Clipper game. At least you can afford it. At least they ain't going to hit you over the head. Nah, man. Jeannie Buss, listen. She can kiss my ass, man. I'm not paying $2,000-$3,000 to go see no damn Austin Reeves, man. That's insane. That's insane. So, yeah, we've been priced out. We've been priced out, folks. This is why they don't care anymore. They don't care about us anymore. They got their white boy. They got Luka. So they don't even care about winning anymore. You want to know why? Because they're going to sell tickets regardless. They got their white token. So it is what it is. Shout out to Joshua though, because he's absolutely right. That's what it is. Okay, shout out to JJ with the $5 super chat.
Hey, I fuck with your boy. Fuck with your boy.
LeBron fans.
You said it's actually deep because LeBron wants to create his own league. They're trying to stop him in clutch right now. They're about to do LeBron like the ABA. Yeah, they're not going to allow it, bro. They're not going to allow it. They're just not. You said the Intuit Dome is nice? Yeah, I'm going to go check it out, bro. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to go check it out. I should have went when I was just out there, but I wasn't even stunting that shit. But I'm going to go one day. I'm going to go check it out. But I feel like going to a Clipper game is just better value. It's just better value, better bang for your buck. Lakers want to hit you over the head for no reason. Roland said, imagine having to pay thousands to watch Aston play basketball. It's insane. It's insane. He said, Frank said, I was there when LeBron broke the scoring title record. I'm still paying the monthly credit card bill. Yo, that's insane. That was what, 2-3 years? Yo, Frank, that's crazy, bro. That was like 2-3 years ago, bro. He said he's still paying the bill. Yo, I know them tickets were insane. I know those tickets were insane. That's understandable, honestly. I could only imagine how expensive those tickets were. But folks, that's what this is boiling down to, folks. You know, Adam Silver, like I said, he's the worst commissioner that I've just ever. I've only seen 2 of them, David Stern and Adam Silver, but he's just so horrible. It's not even funny. He is a horrible commissioner. Like, they need to fire that dude. In all honesty, they need to fire his ass. He is terrible. You said I was telling you it was cap that the Lakers wanted to whitewash the team, but goddamn, you were right all along. Well, at first, it was like a conspiracy at first, you know? Like, to me, the first red flag was when they signed Austin Reeves in 2023. Because if you guys remember, I was saying that whole summer that Lonnie Walker was better than Austin Reeves. And I think that year they both averaged like 13 points per game. You know, Lonnie Walker had that big game for us against Golden State in the playoffs. So I was like, bro, Lonnie needs to play. Like, he literally came in off the bench and won us a playoff game against the defending champion Golden State Warriors. I thought that was very impressive. So after that game, I was like, bro, he's got to be on this team going forward. He has to be. So then that summer, they get rid of Lonnie Walker, let him walk, and then they sign Austin Reeves for $50-something million. That was the first red flag. Because to me, that didn't make any sense. Lonnie Walker is a first-round draft pick. Austin Reeves is undrafted. They both averaged 13 a game that year. Why pay Austin $50 million and then you let Lonnie walk? You don't pay him anything. That was the first red flag. That was 2023. Then the following summer, 2024, they draft Dalton Connect. So I was like, okay, this is a little bit odd. Why are we drafting a white boy? Okay. All right, I'll roll with it. That was the second red flag. The third red flag, folks, you guys know, is when they traded for Luka Doncic. That's when I was like, okay, no, this is not a conspiracy anymore. There is some legitimate merit to this. There is some legitimate merit to this claim at this point. This isn't a conspiracy anymore. And then I knew they were really trolling when last summer, when the first person we signed when free agency started was Jake LaRavia. He was the first player we signed. I said, no, they're trolling now. See, at first it was like a conspiracy. Then by the time we got to like Jake LaRavia, they started trolling. They started trolling at that point. Then they pick up Drew Timme. They're still playing games. They're still trolling us. And then at the trade deadline a few weeks ago, they go and get Luke Kennard. I said, oh no, I'm done, bro. I'm done, bro. It's over. They're at this point, they're not even hiding it anymore. They're not even hiding it anymore. At this point, they're just playing in our face at this point. It's clear what's going on. They have systematically gentrified the Lakers. This is what they do in communities every day. They systematically kick us out. This is gentrification. And then the crazy part is that we'll be doing shows after the game, you know, and one of these bums will have a decent game, and it's like these trolls will be like, oh, look, Austin had this, he had that. It's like, dude. There's no way that you could possibly think that I'm going to be impressed by anything that I'm seeing. There's no way. They've literally gentrified the team. They're gentrifying the league. The league is not as good as it used to be. You want to know when the league actually is good? When the playoffs start. That's when we separate the DEI plants from the real hoopers. And what happens in the playoffs, folks, with Austin Reeves every single season? He gets exposed. Why? Because in the regular season, the DEI plants, they get to run around on the court all day, scoring a whole bunch of points. But what happens come playoff time? That's when the DEI plants and the real hoopers go up against each other. And what happened? What happened last year when we put the DEI plants up against those niggers in Minnesota? Look at all those niggers they had in Minnesota, folks. Anthony Edwards, Mike Conley, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Jaden McDaniel, Naz Reid, Rudy Gobert. Look at all those niggers they had. What happened to these niggers on the Lakers? What happened to these white boys? What happened to these niggers? They got exposed. They got exposed. I see what's going on here, folks. They want to give the white players $200 million. They're tired of giving the black players. Look at James Harden. He's another nigger trying to get some more money. They're like, no, you've made enough money. No, we're not going to keep giving you $200 million, $50 million a season, $80 million for 3 years. No. They're like, no, dude, we're done with you. You've made enough money. You've made $400 million. No. He's like, but I'm still putting up 27, 28 a game. Look at my production. They're like, no, dude, we don't care anymore. You've made too much money. That's what they're doing. They're going to start cutting you niggers off. They're going to start cutting y'all off. Now they talking about, oh, LeBron needs to take a pay cut. What are you talking about, a pay cut? He's the face of the sport. He's the biggest name in the sport, and they talking about he got to take a pay cut. Why do you think they're saying that? Because this man, he's up a B. He's up a B. They're hating. They're hating, chat. That's all this is. They're hating, bro. They're like, nah, bro, these niggers done ran up a B? He's up $1 billion? Oh yeah, that's it. He's done. No more contracts for LeBron. What do you mean no more contract? He was 6th in MVP voting. He was second team All-NBA. And they talking about no more contracts? What do you call that? They're hating. They're like, nah, bro, we done gave these niggers too much money. That's it. We're not giving you niggers any more money. You guys got to wake up, man, and peep what's going on here, man. This stuff gets deep. You guys keep thinking this is about basketball. This ain't about no damn basketball, man. Shout out to Greenblood in the chat. He says the NBA shut down Jaylen Brown's event before the All-Star game. It was an event for black ownership and investing in their own companies. The NBA sent cops to shut it down. This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. This is America. What do you guys expect? I'm asking. I mean, what do we expect here, folks? What do we expect here, ladies and gentlemen? This is America. It's pathetic, man. It's pathetic. You want to know what's so crazy about it? Let me ask you guys a question. Who made this league a billion-dollar, multi-billion-dollar company? Who do you think had the biggest impact on that? I'm gonna ask you guys, and I got to get up out of here in about 10 more minutes, but I'm gonna pose the question to y'all. In your opinion, what player do you think had the single biggest impact on the NBA? What player do you think is the reason why these players are making the money that they're making now? What player do you guys think? Anybody? Anybody have a clue? Folks, let me help you guys out. He's most definitely a black man. He's most definitely a black man. Folks, I don't believe there's a player that has had a bigger impact on this league making the money that it's making now than Michael Jordan. Shout out to D Weave. Exactly, Michael Jordan. The last time I checked, Michael Jordan's a black man. So really think about how racist this league actually is. So let me get this straight. The black man is the reason why this is a multi-billion-dollar operation, but yet you guys don't want to pay the black players? Chat, they're tired of us, but we're the ones that made this league. Because let's keep it a buck. Before the ABA and the NBA merged and all that, this league, I mean, come on, man. You guys have read the stories. The league was on tape delay. Before Magic and the Lakers and the Celtics and all that back in the 80s, it was on tape delay. It wasn't even live. The money that these people have made and are currently making, I mean, these people are signing billion-dollar TV deals. Who started this? Who is the reason why? Who is the biggest reason? Who is the biggest contributor? It's a black man. But now you want to give all the money to the white boys? This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. Chat. Anthony Davis got him a championship, but they'd rather trade him than trade Austin Reeves. This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. LeBron James brought him a title, but they want to kick him out the back door for Luka Doncic. This is America. Don't catch you slipping now. This is nasty work, man. This is nasty, man. You people are sick, man. you people are honestly sick. I don't know how some of you people sleep at night, honestly. Like, it would get to a point for me where I would start to feel bad, you know? Like, wait a second. The guy that kind of helped us get back relevant, the guys that helped us win championships, we're going to trade them and then kick them out the back door. And then we're going to give the guys that ain't never did nothing $200 million. We're going to give Austin Reeves $200 million. We're going to give Luka $200 million. And then 2 years later, we're going to give him another $400 million. But we're going to kick LeBron out and then trade AD and they helped us win titles? Nah, bro. You people are evil, man. You people are evil. I'm sorry. You people are evil, bro. This is what did Future say? This is an evil world. What did Future say, chat? It's an evil world we living in. But this is an evil world, man. Yo, this is an evil world, man. This is crazy. Yo, this is an evil world, man. This is honestly crazy, bro.
It's an evil world we live in. It's an evil world we live in.
Chat, you guys just heard Future, man, my GOAT. You guys just heard what my GOAT said, folks. This is an evil world, bro. This is an evil world, man. We're gonna kick everybody out that helped us win. JaVale McGee, you're done. Dwight Howard, get out of here. LeBron, you're done. AD, you're done. Rondo, get out. Everybody that helped us win. Caruso, get out. Everybody that helped us win, we're going to kick all of y'all out. But we're going to overpay the bum that ain't never helped us do nothing. Nah, this is an evil world, man. This is an evil world we're living in, bro.
LeBron fan.
Gonna have me on a late night mission, pulling up.
We got Will. He says AR outlasting everyone in that photo. Exactly. And what has he done? I could understand it, bro, if he had at least like an all-star something. The man has nothing. Nah, bro. This is just an evil world, bro. Crime pays, folks. Evil pays, folks. They would rather trade AD and kick LeBron out than to get rid of Austin Reeves. Oh my God, this shit is so crazy, bro. This shit is so crazy when you start to really think about what's going on. It's so crazy. It's wild. They would rather trade AD and kick LeBron out the back door than to trade this dude. They're talking about he's an untouchable. What? Like I said, I don't like Jimmy Butler, but shout out to Jimmy Butler. I'm glad he disrespected that white boy. White boy? I'm glad he did it, chat. I'm glad he did it. You know, I felt bad for the dude, but I'm glad it happened to him. I really am. Because he didn't do that just for him. He did that for all the niggas in the league that ain't got the balls to do it.
But obviously you have the Jimmy Butler calling me white boy, and
Spencer vacates the area. Butler makes his move. Fend off. And he puts it in, +1. Jimmy Butler with a chance for 3.
Post as well.
Then Katie, I think a few games later, telling me how bad of a miss I had.
Thankful that shot didn't count. Wolf just absolutely bricks a 3. And then almost took out Kevin Durant in the process as it reached off the glass into his face. Kevin just said something.
Both went extremely viral on social media, and I knew the Jimmy one was going to go viral. Like, I'm just like, he had a tough bucket on me, and then he's just yelling and pointing at me and calling. To my knowledge, calling me white boy, and like, there's not much I can say back to that. Like, I really, first of all, it's like my 10th game in the league. I'm got scored on by a really good player, and then he's just calling me white boy. Like, I can't say much back to him. And like, I think once I get my footing in the league, but maybe a little bit better and improve myself more, I think that's when I can. But I mean, shit, there's not much to say to that. And then the KD one, I think it was, it was a horrible miss. And I didn't know till after the game. I heard him talking to me like,
I was right there.
I heard him talking like, that's a bad miss, Wolf. And I didn't know that it hit him in the face.
Shut your bitch ass up.
Ladies and gentlemen, this stuff, I mean, like I said, I don't like Jimmy Butler, but I mess with Jimmy Butler for what he did. You know, that was for all the black players that are we're just tired, man. We're just tired. You know, the black players, the fans, we're just tired of this stuff, man. But it is what it is, folks. JJ said now it makes sense why they didn't want to trade Austin for DeJounte, Fox, Levine, and Trey. They are all clutch clients. Exactly. We got Greenblood. He said, you see what American players did? Made sure the Euros didn't win a game and then played around when they played against each other. LOL. Basically a FU to the league. Exactly, man. Folks, that's all I got on this particular topic, man. I agree with Kevin Durant. I agree with Jimmy Butler and everybody. This stuff is just ridiculous. You know, what's going on in the NBA today, I mean, like I said, basketball is about 20-25%, man. The rest of this stuff is just politics and nonsense, you know. It's just insane what's going on. But yeah, man, you know, hopefully, like I said, this live gets to stay up and, you know, people will start to kind of wake up to what's going on out here because, you know, they're definitely doing a good job at, you know, gentrifying the NBA, and they're doing it in a way where most NBA fans are just completely oblivious to what's going on. But me personally, I see through all this stuff, man. Like, these people are ridiculous. But yeah, that's all I got on this one, folks. Good show. I will catch you guys on the next one, man. This was another installment of The Locker Room. Peace.